Namaste students. Today's our topic is Dalton's law of partial pressure. Students, if we talk about Boyle's law, Charles' law, Hamilton's law, Avogadro law, in all these laws we deal with a single gas. But suppose if we have two or more than two chemically non-reacting gases in a particular vessel at the same temperature, then what will happen? That we didn't discuss. So when two or more than two chemically non-reacting. So when two or more than two chemically non-reacting gases are present in a vessel at same temperature, then what happened? This was first studied by Dalton in 1807. So what Dalton studied? Dalton studied that when two or more than two chemically non-reacting gases are present in a vessel at a given temperature, then what happened? So this Dalton's law of partial pressure was given by Dalton in 1807. Dalton in 1807. And according to the Dalton law, when two or more than two chemically non-reacting gases, very, very, very important in this Dalton's law, and that is the gases should be chemically non-reactive. It is not that you are mixing two gases which are chemically reactive and then you are applying the Dalton's law of partial pressure. No, the gases should be chemically non-reactive. So gases हमारी क्या होनी चाहिए? Chemically react नहीं करनी चाहिए. Clear? So when two or more than two chemically non-reactive gases are placed in a vessel at a particular temperature, then the total pressure of the gaseous mixture then the total pressure of that particular gaseous mixture is equal to the sum of all the partial pressure that a gas would exert when present alone in the same vessel at the same temperature. So this is Dalton's law of partial pressure. So first of all, Dalton's law of partial pressure deals with more than one gases. Second thing, these gases should be chemically non-reactive. Now, when these things are satisfied, then we apply the Dalton's law. And according to Dalton's law, जब हम दो या दो से ज़्यादा chemically non-reactive gases को एक particular vessel में put करेंगे at a particular temperature, then the total pressure exerted by the gaseous mixture, वो जो total mixture हमें मिला है गैस का, वो जितना pressure exert करेगा, that pressure is equal to the sum of all the partial pressure that a gas would exert when it is present alone in the same vessel at the same temperature. जो हमने different gases put की हैं, उन गैसेस को अगर हम सेपरेटली उतने ही अमाउंट पे उस वेसल में एट द सेम टेम्परेचर पुट करें, सो एट दैट टाइम देयर प्रेशर इज कंसिडर्ड एज अ पार्शियल प्रेशर. Means what is partial pressure? What is the meaning of the partial pressure? Partial pressure of a particular gas implies the pressure exerted by that gas when that gas is present alone in the vessel at the same temperature. That is a partial pressure. So partial pressure is nothing. Partial pressure is actually a pressure exerted by the gas, but when it is present alone in the same vessel at the same temperature. Clear? Now suppose if we have three non-reactive gases A, B and C. Suppose we have three non-reactive gases A, B and C, and the total pressure of the gaseous mixture we suppose capital P, and the partial pressure of A, B and C suppose PA, PB and PC. So according to Dalton's law, total pressure of the gaseous mixture, that is capital P, is equals to the sum of all the partial pressure. This is the statement of the Dalton's law of partial pressure. Clear, beta? Clear? Let us take one more example. Let us suppose a gas A gas having mole N1 at temperature T1. Suppose the pressure exerted by PA, means A gas, is 50 mmHg. Means when this gas is present N1 mole at T1 temperature, suppose this gas exert a pressure of 50 mmHg, and suppose B gas N2 mole at the same temperature exert a pressure of 100 mmHg. When I mix these two gas A plus B, then it forms a gaseous mixture, and if I apply the Dalton's law, then the pressure exerted by the gaseous mixture is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of these two gases. So that is equals to 50 plus 100, that is 150 mmHg. So the total pressure of the mixture is 150 mmHg, and if I add the partial pressure of these two gases at the same temperature, here the temperature is T1 and the vessel is also same. So at the same temperature, the partial pressure of these two gases, the sum of the partial pressure of these two gases is equal to the total pressure of this gaseous mixture. I hope now Dalton's law of partial pressure statement is clear to you. Clear, beta? Any doubt from this topic? Okay. Now we will study the applications of the Dalton's law. So the first application is in the calculation of partial pressure. In the calculation of partial pressure. Now, suppose we have three gas A, B and C. We have three gas in a vessel, and obviously these gas should be chemically non-reactive. Clear? So we have three gases A, B and C, and these three gases are chemically non-reactive, and we supposed that these gases are ideal gases. And if these gases are ideal gases, then what? These gases follow the ideal gas law. So if I apply ideal gas law for A gas, PA V equals to NaRT, because we are keeping these gases in the same vessel. It means their volume remains same at same temperature. It means temperature also remains same, and R is a gas constant. So only varying things are pressure and the number of the moles. So that's why I have written PAV, only V, NaRT. Similarly for B, it's PBV is equals to NBRT, and for C it is PCV is equals to NCRT. Clear? This thing is clear, beta? Now, if I talk about the total pressure, if I talk about the total pressure is equals to the partial pressure of A plus the partial pressure of B plus the partial pressure of C. Now if I put these values here, it is NA RT upon V plus NB RT upon V plus NC RT upon V. Now if I take RT upon V as a constant term, then I get Na plus Nb plus Nc RT upon V. Okay, this is the total pressure of the gaseous mixture. And what is Pa? I can write Pa as Na RT upon V. Clear? This is my first equation and this is my second equation. Clear? If I divide first equation by second equation, means 1 divided by 2, then what I get? Pa divided by P, Pa divided by P is equals to Na RT upon V divided by Na plus Nb plus Nc RT divided by V. This I get, this equation upon this equation. So this I get, RT upon V cancel, and we get Pa upon P is equals to Na upon Na plus Nb plus Nc. So moles of one component divided by moles of whole components is equals to mole fraction. So it is xi A. It is xi A. So Pa is equals to xi A into P. It means partial pressure of a gas is equals to mole fraction of that gas multiplied by total pressure So this is the conclusion. This one is the conclusion. That partial pressure of any gas, when we are applying the Dalton's law, it means when two or more than two chemically non-reactive gases are present in a particular vessel, then the partial pressure of that gas, of any gas, of a single gas, is equals to mole fraction of that gas multiplied by total pressure of the gaseous mixture. So by multiplying these two, we get the partial pressure of any gas. So this is our first application, that is in the calculation of the partial pressure. Now we'll move to our second application. So second application is determination of pressure of a dry gas. Now, in many experiments, we have studied that the gases are collected over the water. When the gases are collected over the water, then the gas will saturated with the water and it becomes moist. So in that particular volume we get gas, but that gas is a moist gas. And if we have to find out the pressure of the dry gas, then we have to apply the Dalton's law. Clear? Now suppose I have a vessel here. And in this water is there. And gases are collected over here. Now these gases are actually moist gas. These gas molecules are the moist gas molecules because these are saturated with the water molecules. But we have to find out the pressure of the dry gas. Now one term comes here, and that is aqueous tension. aqueous tension. Now what is aqueous tension? The pressure exerted by the water vapors, that is known as aqueous tension. Means in this area, the pressure exerted by the water vapors. The pressure exerted by the water vapors. So the pressure exerted by the water vapors, that is known as aqueous tension, and we have to calculate the pressure of the dry gas. Now suppose capital P is the pressure of the dry gas, P dash suppose pressure of the moist gas, and suppose small p is the aqueous tension. These three at same temperature. Clear? Now if I apply the Dalton's law of partial pressure, then the pressure exerted by the moist law is equal to the pressure exerted by the dry gas plus the pressure exerted by the water vapors, that is aqueous tension. It means P dash is equals to capital P plus small p, but we have to calculate the pressure of a dry gas. So pressure of the dry gas is equals to P dash minus P. It means pressure of a dry gas is equals to pressure of the moist gas minus aqueous tension. And what is aqueous tension? Aqueous tension is the pressure exerted by the water vapors. Clear beta? So these are two application. First application, calculation of the partial pressure, and second application, determination of the pressure of a dry gas. Now we will solve one numerical. So this is our question. A gaseous mixture contains 56 gram of N2, 44 gram of CO2 and 16 gram of CH4. So we have three gases in the mixture, N2, CO2 and CH4. The amount of N2 is 56 gram, the amount of CO2 is 44 gram and the amount of CH4 is 16 gram. The total pressure of the mixture is 720 mmHg. It means the total pressure exerted by these three gas is equals to total pressure. Total pressure is 720 mmHg. This thing is given. We have to calculate the partial pressure of methane. Means we have to calculate the partial pressure exerted by the methane. Now in the application we have studied that partial pressure of any gas is equals to mole fraction of that gas multiplied by total pressure. Now total pressure is 720 mmHg. Total pressure हमें पता है, but we have to calculate the mole fraction. What we have to calculate? The mole fraction. Now the mole fraction of methane is equals to number of moles of methane divided by number of moles of N2 plus number of moles of CO2 plus number of moles of CH4. So for partial pressure we have to know the mole fraction. For mole fraction we have to know the number of moles. So first of all हम क्या calculate करेंगे? The number of the moles by using the formula mass upon molar mass. So first thing, number of moles of N2, 56 divided by 28, because here it is N2. The atomic mass of nitrogen is 14, because it is N2, so it becomes 28. So it is 2 mole. Number of moles of CO2, 44 divided by 44, that is equals to 1 mole. And number of moles of methane, that is 16 divided by 16. 12 of carbon plus 4 of hydrogen, that is equals to 16. So it is also equals to 1 mole. So if I put here, it is 1 divided by 1 plus 1 plus 2, that is equals to 1 divided by 4. So this mole fraction of methane is equals to 1 divided by 4. So the partial pressure of methane is equals to 1 divided by 4 into 720. Clear? And if I divide this, I get 180 mm Hg. 180 mm Hg. So the partial pressure of methane is 180 mm Hg. Clear, beta? This thing is clear. Now the partial pressure of methane I have told you, and you have to tell me the partial pressure of the nitrogen. The partial pressure of the nitrogen you have to tell. So students, the concept of the Dalton's law of partial pressure I hope clear to you, and you can able to solve the numericals which are based on the Dalton's law of partial pressure. I'm sure about it. So there is a question in your screen. Solve this numerical and give me the answer in the comment box. That's all for today. I'll see you in my next video.